visuals, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Pokemon Thursday, the day of the week where we like to sit back, relax and talk everything about my favourite scenes from Monty Python's The Life of Brian. You thought you were coming on to watch Pokemon. It's a joke that I'm still going to continue to do. Long-term viewers of the channel will know that I'm doing a stupid little ramble on about something that's got nothing to do with Pokemon, and I'll turn around and go, not really, we're here to talk about Pokemon. And I still find it a little bit funny, even though we've been doing it for fucking years, and none of you are probably laughing at all. You're probably thinking, shut the fuck up, Dan, and get on with the video. Just can't help myself. It's tradition at this point. It's routine. No, we are here to talk about Pokemon, and now, at the time of recording, everything's wrapped up, done, dusted with, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the Hidden Treasures of Area Zero, the Teal Mask, and the Indigo Disc. Everything's done. And well, actually, no, to tell a lie, everything isn't done at the time of recording. Putting this on the... Why am I looking at my clock? On the 27th of December, I'm recording this, so we haven't even had the epilogue bit, the extra hour-long special we get back in the region of Kitakami. That bit still hasn't happened, but 99.99% of the stuff has wrapped up in Scarlet and Violet. I've done everything you could possibly do, you know. All coaches been sent to the academy. I've got them all gold rings. I've caught every legendary. I've beat every trainer in the different biomes. I've caught every Pokemon, done the Dexes and stuff. What else do we need? I've done the secret cutscene ending with the Professor. Every box you could take. I've gone through Austin John's, I fucking love that man for Pokemon crack, he's the best. I've gone through all of his videos and ticked off all the boxes and stuff, and it fully upgraded the item builder thing. Everything's done. So with that being said, fuck me, I went a long way to actually get to the point of the video, haven't I? What I was trying to say is everything's done that in Scarlet and Violet. I thought it's now time for the second, definitely the second, potentially the third time. We now need to go through and rank the Pokemon games, the main series games. We're not talking Arceus. We're not talking like, if we say Ruby and Sapphire, we're including Oras. If we're saying Gold and Silver, we're including Heart Gold, Soul Silver. We're just talking the main games that come out for that particular thing. And like I said, when we say generations, it's the main games, not the, you know, was it Generation 3 that Fire Red and Leaf Green come out, wasn't it? But they're Generation 1 games, but they come out Gen 4. Was it Gen 3 or Gen 4? It was Gen 3 they come out, yeah. It was Gen 3. So we're just going to talk about the main games. We're going to rank them, the best generations, the best games. Let me know what yours are in the comments below. How high does Scarlet and Violet go? Does anybody have to drop significantly down? Is your favourite still the favourite? It's hard for me to budge from my top two, but we'll get to them and whatnot visuals. But anyway, let's start off with my number 9th pick. And, yeah. Why did I pause? Here's my least favourite Pokemon generation game. What do I title this? Fuck knows, that's for a problem later. Starting this off is, unfortunately, Generation 5. Well, Pokemon White, Pokemon Black, and Pokemon White 2, and Pokemon Black 2. Even though it's bottom of the list, I still enjoy these games. They're still decent enough. But for whatever reason, I've always had an issue with the overall decks in these games. Now, that being said, the Pokemon that I adore from this generation, I absolutely wholeheartedly adore. Crocodile, one of my all-time favourite Pokemon, to the point where I had to get him tattooed and stuff. Electros, I absolutely adore. The bad guys in this, Galactus, Team Galactic, okay, I guess. The legendary Zekrom, Reshiram, and Kyurem, I adore. I think they're awesome, and I love the way they all come together. The starters take a massive plummet for me. I think it's some of the weakest starters we've ever got. I don't mind Tepig. Then the whole line goes a bit flat for me. The Snivy line, no thank you. The Oshawott line, I don't hate, but I don't love them. It's like a middle Marmite-y sort of thing where I might like it, might hate, you might like it. I don't know, it's weird. The overall story, though, was fantastic, was great. We'd getting, what's his name? NZ. Boyo with long green hair. The Zoroark stuff, it was... Unova being based on New York City and whatnot, of course, having the connections with Unova in the Indigo Disc, part 2 of the DLC of the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero. It's just the weakest generation for me, and I had to pick a bottom pick. And it's always been the weakest. So I'm sorry to all you Gen 5 lovers. If it's your generation, it's not a diss on you. It's just not my gen. And it's Generation 6. We're off to the Kalos region. Now, there's not anything in particular that I hate about Gen 6. I recently replayed Y, well, I say recently, a couple of months ago. Team Flare are a little bit annoying and a little bit crap, aren't they? I get the overall story. I will admit, I love the plunge that it takes into the history of Pokemon, you know, with the Great Pokemon War and all that kind of stuff. I absolutely love that side of things, being in Vive la France and all that kind of carry on. I was getting a little bit more excited. A lot of people were theorising that before the DLCs for Scarlet Violet come out, that Kalos was going to be at the top right of the map, and that's how they were going to connect, because obviously Kalos being Spain and that being France, and they connect that way and stuff. It would have been perfect, but we didn't get that in the end. But no, the Kalos games are great. They give us Mega Evolution. Mega Evolution is awesome. I love Mega Evolution. Probably my favourite battle... What do we call them now? Battle mechanic, battle element, whatever it is. Absolutely loved it. The fact that we've got 2 starters as well in this. You got your Froakie, Chespin or Fennekin, and then you could later on the press is like, hey, here's a Bulbasaur, Charmander or Squirtle. Absolutely fucking awesome. Like I said, the story's great. Team Flare's a little bit weak. The overall Pokedex, yes, it's small, but they give us a lot of Mega Evolutions, which is, I know it's not, you can't necessarily say it's loads of a design change, but it's still artwork they've got to make. So if you include Mega Evolutions, the dex isn't mega small. The first 3D game as well, which was like mind-blowing, like what the fuck is going on here? The weird Ghost Girl stuff and all that carry on. It did give us Goodra, and I love me some Goodra. Again, there's some Pokemon in this generation, like Goodra and stuff, that I absolutely adore. But yeah, I don't know, the more I look back on it, for whatever reason in my head, it just seems to be a little bit more darker. Like, it just, the more generations come out, the more Pokemon stuff we get, it just sort of seems to sink further and further down. And I don't actually know why, because I can have, like that recent playthrough I said was absolutely fine. I had, you know, just as much fun as I would a lot of other Pokemon games, getting my starter, choosing my team, doing the battles, becoming champion and whatnot. Absolutely great. But yeah, there's something about it that just like makes it sink down as newer generations, and as I go back and play older generations, that just, so maybe if they touch it up with a 3rd game or a remake, you know, some point down the line, maybe it will go up the ranks a little bit more. But for now, it's number 8 on the list. 7 is Generation 3. James, I'm sorry, don't batter me. Don't batter me, James. Don't kill me. I know you're the massive Gen 3 guy. Like I said, just because these rank here on my list, it's not me saying, ha, you're an idiot for liking this gen or liking that weather. It's, if you like it, then awesome. I hope every time you play it, you have the best time of your life. It's just for me personally. Now, Generation 3 though, because it does get really hard. I will admit, like, I love even Generation 5 and 6, I absolutely love. To a certain degree anyway. It's just I had to make a list, and I'm putting this down there because this is another game that I thought the dex overall was quite weak, but I absolutely adore some of these Pokemon. You give me Sceptile any day of the week. Oh, beautiful. The fossils, I really love the fossil from this. Flygon. Who fucking doesn't love Flygon? Metagross, you know, like the rest of the starters. I mean, Blaziken brings it a few points down. I really don't like Blaziken. To this day, going forward, I don't know why. He just, to me, looks like a Digimon. He just looks Digimon-y and whatnot. And I remember when he first got introduced in, it was in the end of Gen 2, wasn't it? In the anime, and you're like, stood there thinking, who the fuck's this chicken standing up? Because, what's his name? He had a Kikleon as well, didn't he? Anyway, if I'm remembering it correctly, I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on here? Blaziken does improve with its Mega Evolution and whatnot. I enjoyed going back to Oras and re-exploring it and whatnot, and I do like the Hoenn region. The legendaries we got from it are absolutely phenomenal. But they, like I said, the Team Aqua, Team Magma are just brilliant. But there's something when I look back at the decks, and I always just think there's a lot of Pokemon I really fucking like hate from this stuff. Like, okay, maybe hate's a strong word, but like the slacking line, it does absolutely fuck all for me. The early bugs like Wurmple and stuff, that's something that just sticks to them, and I think, no thank you, I don't want any part of that. I mean, they're fine, whatever, beautiful, like, great, but no thank you. I go back and I look at all that fucking water. Now that's a huge point for me, because again, I loved exploring the world of Hoenn and stuff. And I love getting through, but you know what? I did a video recently on tedious moments in games, And I get to all that water, and because I'm a fucking weird OCD kid that has to explore everywhere, get every item, talk to everybody, battle every trainer and stuff. And I get to that water bit and I go, oh, here we fucking go again. And then, because I love to go back and replay all the Pokemon games, and including these, and I always get to it, and I'm always like, right, just put it down for 10 minutes, have a smoke, have a coffee, and we'll chill. Right, let's fucking do this. And it just always drags me down. So, too much water, quite literally. 6 is Generation 4, and again, love Generation 4, love the Sinnoh region. I absolutely love the story that they're telling inside of these games. The villains in these games, absolutely on peak, brilliant. Cyrus, or what the fuck his name is, going, wanted to do Dialga Palkia shenanigans, and we get Platinum involved, and he's like, I'm going to go out the Distortion World and that. Cynthia, absolutely great champion. Starters are absolutely completely on point. They get a few more extra points for the, I said I'm not going to talk about the Legends Arceus game, but, revisiting an old Sinnoh and stuff, amazing, cool. Dialga Palkia, Arceus, brilliant. The mythicals we got on this, with the Lake Trio and stuff. Yeah, Lake Trio's in this. Yeah, Lake Trio's Generation. I fucking got myself confused there. There's so many great components, but again, it's another Dex that's a little bit weak for me. I can be so critical of some Pokemon, it's for the just pure design, I don't know why. But also Pokemon I absolutely love. I love Staraptor, I love Luxray, I fucking adore Torterra. So a lot of Pokemon that I absolutely love. I'm just not a massive fan of the likes of, I like Togekiss, but it's okay. It's a little bit sour for me. I've always had weird feelings and mixed emotions about Magmortar and Electivire. I don't know why. I know I like them, but I have some sort of bitterness towards them, and I don't know fucking why. It makes absolutely no sense. I don't get it whatsoever. I do like that they added extra elements onto like Electabuzz, Magmar. Of course, we get Mamoswine including this. The evolution of Gliscor, beautiful, to Gligar into Gliscor, awesome. Babies like Happiny being added and stuff. Why not? Why not was Gen 4? Or was why not? Either way, Happiny's a baby that's been added. Yeah, but again, I think the overall decks, but the fossils are great. When I think of the overall decks, even though it's better than some decks as I've previously mentioned, it's probably about 80% I love, 20% I'm not a huge fan of, and the rest of the decks is... In fact, this Dex is below this one that I don't like as much as this, but we'll get to the reasons why they're higher on the list than this. But yeah, the next up it's Sinnoh. 5 is Generation 9. Now, this is a beautiful example of what I said. Generation 9 has a lot of Pokemon that I am just not into whatsoever. But I absolutely adore the region itself of Paldea. The bad guys in this, or Team Star... Okay, they are what they are, whatever, we'll crack on with life and stuff. The starters in this, oh my god, Fuecoco, adorable. Quaxly I can get away with, Sprigatito's okay. As soon as all of them evolve, I'm sort of downhill a bit on. I mean, when we get to Skelleridge, he's okay enough, but the Quaxly, Quackaville and all them shit... No, I hate it so much. The legendaries in this, though, fantastic. The idea of paradox forms from future past, these future versions of Pokemon this past, absolutely love that. This massive crater in the centre of the map that's full of all this mystery and wonder and intrigue and stuff. Absolutely beautiful. They're probably two of the best DLCs we've ever got. Well, I know we haven't had many DLCs as it is anyway. The best DLC to a Pokemon game we've ever got. I love the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero. The story, fantastic. The fact that you can literally... I was never a huge moaner about open world stuff. I can literally come from there's a few Pokemon first badge, there's a few Pokemon second. That did it for me. Still will do it for me to this day. But it was fun to go out on this open adventure. If I want to go left, I can go left. If I want to go up, and go up. If I want to go right. Yes, there was some restrictions because you had to get your ride Pokemon, whichever version of the game you got, to a certain point if you want to climb or glide or swim and whatnot. Even though people found ways around it and stuff. And of course, different gyms have different levels and all that. But it was really, really fun to just explore this world with so many vast, beautiful, rich landscapes, from desert areas to snowy landscapes to slightly, well, not really tropical, because it's not, the bit where all the paint and all that shit is. Oh, what the fuck's that area called? Fuck, Dan, you stupid twat. Anyway, them sort of areas, all the way up to the point where I got Loch Ness vibes when you got to the top. I can't even fucking remember the name of that lake now. I've literally just finished playing it. Oh my god. And it always had like a scary vibe to me if I'd be gliding over, like, oh, there could be scary, creepy, even though there is scary monsters in there, but like massive, big, scary Loch Ness-y, Megalodon type fucking monster, whatever, would freak us out. I don't know, it felt like it embodied the idea in my head of what a Pokemon adventure is and what a Pokemon adventure should be and how it should look. And it felt like it embodied that so expertly well. Like I said, it was, for me, that is, people might feel differently. You'll have to let us know in the comments below. And I just thought they'd hit the nail right on the head with Generation 9. Like I said, some of the dex is extremely weak. I love terrestrializing. It's fun. It's awesome. Don't get us wrong, it's not, well, I say love, it's good, it's solid enough, it's fine. I wouldn't be bothered if they never give us this and we went back to Mega Evolutions or we had some other sort of thing. It's fine, it looks pretty, the cards look cool when you get the TCG stuff. Yeah, the overall story, great. The history of the land, with, you know, these ruins and stuff everywhere, beautiful. And the DLCs, fucking amazing. Generation 4 is Generation 4. Number 4 is Generation 7. Fuck me, I'll get there in the end. We're going to the Alola region. I friggin' love the Alola games. I completely agree, they are very hand-holdy, and a lot of people are like, bloody hell, come on. And I am not huge. I love the idea of Ultra Beasts, and I love what they were going for there with wormholes and all that carry on. The overall design for me just didn't stick. They just felt like Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters inside of Pokemon, which I kind of guess is what they were going for. So when I first said it, I completely agree with it. But the more I say it now, I'm always like, well, maybe, you know, they look that way. They were supposed to do it that way. But anyway, it's kind of like the Paldea region. When I think of a Pokemon adventure, I think of the Alola region. Grassy jungles, snowy mountain points, all the water and stuff. Just rich, beautiful, vast environment of different, amazing, weird hiccup burp there, with these amazing, beautiful landscapes and stuff, deserty sort of spots. And the Paldea region took the Alola region and just sort of multiplied it and made it bigger, and said there's more of this, there's more of that, there's more of this. And the region itself is so amazing and so beautiful. And again, I got scared when we found out they were islands, and I thought, oh, here we go, shitloads of water again. But no, the way they made you traverse and get around that was absolutely awesome. The starters, right, Poplio, not a huge fan of, it's okay, whatever. Litten, awesome, great, wicked, all the way through, amazing. But my boy Rowlet into Decidueye. Fuck me, they got that absolutely amazing. My second favourite starter Pokemon of all time. So the Alola region and stuff gets so many points on my list for having Rowlet. If you have Rowlet, you're to win. I remember when I first saw it, I thought, you beautiful little fucker, I love you. But another key component for me was, I love the whole day and night cycle in real life, and I'm an is it night owl? Is it night owl? Is that the right word? I love being up late at night. I love nighttime. I love, you know, the dark and stuff. So when I had the idea of, oh, moonlight, you know, Pokemon Moon, going around, I know you could go around day and night and stuff like that. It wasn't just like constant darkness, but the idea of going around with this, you know, the moon Pokemon in the background and shit like that. That's what I envisioned in my head when I first saw it, and I love that concept and I love the idea. I like the idea of Cosmog into Cosmoem, and then into Solgaleo or Lunala and whatnot. I love that whole line. The Necrozma eventually fusing, because of course we got Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon as well. I forgot to mention them. Rockruff into the 3 different Lycan forms, using the stages of you know, daylight and nighttime, and you know where we are in the day with the sun and the moon cycle and stuff. Absolutely beautiful. This game was just so much fucking fun. Like I said, I know it was handholdy, but it was great. You know, the ride Pokemon being amazing. The Alolan forms, getting regional variants and being like, what the fuck? There's a Raichu serving on its tail. Oh my god, that Duggatrio's got hair. Absolutely awesome. I loved it so much. So, yeah. Generation 7 is number 4 on our list. Number 3 is Generation 8, Sword and Shield. Fucking loved every single minute of Sword and Shield, with including the DLCs. The DLCs were absolutely phenomenal, giving us new Regiforms, Regidrago, Regieleki. But they're not the biggest things for me, even though they were great. These historic bits of land, and as well giving us our region forms of our birds as well. The worlds of the Crown Tundra and the Isle of Armor, absolutely beautiful. Loved them, smashed it, nail on the head. banging, amazing. But the overall theme and storytelling of Sword and Shield, I thought was phenomenal. These big giant monsters these big Pokemon that get made into these big giant monsters because of a phenomenon that's happening inside of the Galar region. These old knight looking, obviously because it's Britain, knights and all that kind of stuff, architect of certain cities and whatnot, the gym system and all that, certain Pokemon Slizzlepede into Centiskorch, beautiful. Grookey, who I absolutely fucking love. And then when he evolved, I thought, no, Rillaboom looks crap. And then, no, as soon as I got my hands on Rillaboom, absolutely adore you. The forms we got for Blastoise, Venusaur, and Charizard when they get into their big bad boy forms, everything about this game just smashed it for me. This clean, vibrant, beautiful run through this amazing landscape and this amazing world with these crazy areas like Grimworld, Tangle, that little creepy fairy sort of forest, and you get to the Thingy Village and I'm like, I wouldn't mind living here. All these little fairy lights that looks all cozy and creepy and whatnot. It just all looked amazing and looked so fucking cool. It has a solid enough dex. Some Pokemon that I really, I'm not a huge fan of like Forlinks. Okay, Obstagoon, it's a giant furry, whatever, you do what you gotta do. Like I said, some Pokemon I love, like Centiskorch, Corviknight, absolutely fucking beautiful. Being at like London at the top. But the massive component was, obviously when Nintendo, Game Freak and whatnot made these games, they took what is a huge part of British culture and British society, and that's football, something that I absolutely fucking love. It's in my top 3 alongside Pokemon and comic books and that. I love football so much, and when you go out to your gym battles, it looks as if you're on a footy pitch. If you it looks like you're in a footy strip as well. Cinderace quite literally flicking up a stone, being like it's a kid on the street kicking a stone about and whatnot, using that as part of his arsenal of fire moves and shit like that. So to include football in it was always going to be a massive tick. But you can say it's a bit biased, I guess, as well, because it's based on the country that I live in, that I'm from. But I think overall with the storytelling, the decks, even the team in this, Team Yell, punk rockers, yeah, fucking punk rock, you know, Billy Idol and shit. Was Billy Idol punk rocker? I can't remember. All of that shenanigans, absolutely awesome. So yes, Generation 8 is number 3. Generation 2, beautiful. There is nothing I can fault about this generation, and I have so many nostalgic, amazing, wonderful memories about this generation and how just so much fun I had with it. Even to the point where it expands past the games themselves, to the point where I remember buying, you know, the Quaver packets and be like, oh, there's one of them coins in here, to the original TCG stuff, to the anime, Pokemon Jolt, all of that, absolutely so much fun. Chikorita, Cyndaquil, Totodile, love you even more. Expanding the story, kind of, that we were told in the original games that come before it with the red, blue and yellow stuff. They were going in with the Team Rocket Aftermath, finding Red on Mount Silver, just chilling, doing his thing and being like, oh my god, this is it. I'm now him, but I was you, and I'm now going to battle you. What the fuck? And that was like literally the ultimate boss fight for me anyway at that time period in games and shit. I was like, this is the ultimate battle. This is the ultimate face-off. And it was just so much fun. Yes, it has its tedious moments. The Team Rocket stuff can be a little bit tedious. Well, no, it is a bit tedious, I will admit, inside of the gold and silver stuff. But like the Lake of Rage, absolutely fucking beautiful. Helix Forest, fucking great. Ho-Oh and Lugia, the Burnt Tower and stuff. I have a weird obsession with Bellsprout in these games. It's so hard for me not to just go out there and be like, I want a Bellsprout on my team. I don't know why. The branched off evolutions, you know, Politoed or Poliwrath. Do you want an extra evolution? Because, well, here you go. You got 2 Esper and an Umbreon. All of it was fucking awesome, and I loved it so friggin' much. I don't need to ramble on anymore because I've rambled on so many videos about how much I love Generation 2. It's fantastic. It's very, very unlucky to never be first, you know. I actually think Generation 2 is literally one more sort of little flashback or memory away from being number 1. Of course, yes. I won't try and harper on because I think this video is probably going to be like stupidly long. But Generation 1, of course, it is. I'm an OG Gen 1 kid. I was there for the start. how can I not look back with such fond memories? Even just a crappy, you know, boom, 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 and the weird, distorted, pixelated animation of your Pokemon. Kingler's all like that, Venusaur's like, you know, how can I not go back and look at it with such fond memories and such love and such just, wow, what I'd give to, because like I said, I always say, if you've watched the channel long enough, I remember when the games first come out, back at my house down south, there was like, we had a couch share and some sliding doors, and the best place to get light was if I laid there on my fat belly. I've always been a bit fat, playing away, using the light from there to, oh yeah, and then seeing the red light, no, I need my that reason, and it just got, oh my fucking god. It's where most of my favourite Pokemon have come from. Bulbasaur, Venusaur, Ivysaur, to Pidgeotto, to Snorlax, Arcanine. So many classic, iconic Pokemon. It's the only dex that's near enough perfect for me. We can get rid of Jinx, ain't bothered about Jinx. I still don't understand Jinx. Is it fabric and cloth that's your dress, or is it like an attachment of your skin? What the fuck is it? We can get rid of it. I'm not even that bad. Well, to be fair, I say I'm not asked about Mr. Mime. Then the Detective Pikachu film come out, and I liked Mr. Mime a little bit more. But there's very, very, very few Pokemon in Generation 1 that I look at and go, oh, not really. Even ones that I'm a bit like, that I'm not huge on. Like a Diglett and Dugtrio, I look backwards with so much love still, because I'm like, you were the OG boys. You know, I fucking love you. Diglett Tunnel and all that. Diglett, Dig, Trio from the anime, the stupid cry and whatnot. The OG gym leaders, Erica, Blaine, finding Giovanni, oh, you're the leader of Team Rocket, oh, blew my mind. Misty and all that stuff, just absolutely phenomenal. Losing my mind even more that it's not really based on, like, you know, the anime related stuff. They're not entwined. It's not Ash, you're actually Red, and Brock and Misty never went on an adventure with you and all that kind of shit. Being like, it's not Ash, that's not Ash. Being like, what the fuck's going on here? Oh, visuals, Generation 1 is utter perfection. The Kanto region is beautiful. I'm so happy and so blessed that we've been lucky enough to revisit it multiple times, whether it be in the next set of games in Gold and Silver, or going back to in Fire Red and Leaf Green, and then going back to it with another extra lick of paint and a little bit slightly different storytelling and a different character in this Let's Go world and whatnot. Oh, Generation 1 is perfection in Pokemon gaming, from storytelling to world building to Pokedexes and stuff. Beautiful. We have visuals. I've ranked every generation from 9 all the way down to 1. Well, from 1 to 9, but in... You know what I've done. We've ranked them, but please let me know in the comments below what your favourite generations are, visuals. Maybe you hate Generation 1, because I know there's a lot of people say, oh, Generation 1, oh, you know, Generation 1, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you absolutely hate it, which would be completely fair enough. Or maybe you absolutely love it like me. Maybe you hate Sword and Shield and you love Generation 5. There's the black and white stuff. Let me know in the comments below. I definitely want to hear everyone's thoughts and opinions. Hurry up and say bye. I feel like I've rambled on, but the more I ramble on, the drier my mouth goes and the more I need a smoke. And that's how I'm feeling right now. So I know I've definitely chewed your ears off for maybe a bit too long. But visuals, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sitting down and letting me ramble on and talk about my favourite Pokemon games. Dog, the video's finished. You've come in too late, pal. You've come in far too late. More importantly, thank you so much for watching. You guys are literally the fucking best. Remember, always keep being you and keep on keeping on.